cold. I think I may have been exposed to somebody who's sick again as I'm getting over a cold. I'm getting over laryngitis. Whenever I get the common cold, I get sick like this when I lose my voice. And it's rare that I get the common cold. It's usually when the seasons change once a year from like fall to winter. That's when I start getting sick. Or some of the fall is usually where I get sick at. But anyways, so as the title suggests, lost jobs equals new opportunities, and I'm gonna tell you why. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn this camera around because I don't need y'all to see my location. Hold on. All right. So, like I said, lost jobs equals new opportunities, and this is the way that I'm choosing to see it. Um, some people, well, nobody's really aware. The first time I originally lost my job was a couple years ago. But this particular situation was foreseen. So I did have like a warning that they were doing budget cuts and that people may be getting cut off. Luckily, blessedly, I had a forewarning. Not many people did. And this is only because I talked to a hiring manager who was my manager. And that's how I found out that they were doing budget cuts. But anyways, the first time they originally tried to cut me was probably a couple months ago. They had tried to cut me. Same thing, same reason when they did budget cuts a couple months ago. And they told me, oh, we're laying you off. Your last day will be in 2 days. And then they turned around and was like, oh, never mind. Probably 9 o'clock, the day that I was supposed to stop working, they ended up saying, oh, never mind. We actually were able to extend your position. So it was cool, but it was just like, it was like, okay, I guess. Wasn't much I could say to that. So the reason why I named it, the title that I named it is because, like I said, this was foreseen. And I have more opportunities to do what I want to do and not feel so bogged down from, not feel so bogged down from working or dedicating so much of my time. 40 hours a week is a lot to dedicate to a job. You see me looking at stuff, I'm walking past a lot of bushes. So sometimes stuff scurries, like, I don't know, lizards and birds and stuff like that. But anyways, so it was foreseen. I know I could have prepared a little bit more, but I'm not worried because I'm just leaving, my job situation in God's hands. I don't want to take as somebody who's worked in IT for 8 years as a contractor, I can't afford to take another contract position. And unfortunately, in my area where I'm at, all they're doing, all the IT companies are turning to these contracting companies so that they don't have to pay benefits to their employees. So that's what's going on now. So it's been going on for some years now, and I knew it was an issue. And so I would seek full-time positions, but direct hire is really hard to get into because it's about who you know. I'm good at what I do, but it's about who you know. I did apply for positions within the company that I was in, and I was denied several times. And sometimes that's just because they already know who they have in mind for that role, so they'll keep denying you. I just found a cool giant leaf. But needless to say, that's my reality in my situation. I have my bills paid for the next month, so I'm not really worried. Plus, I should be getting on unemployment soon so that I can receive monies from me having worked for the amount of time that I have. And that should be enough to cover my bills as well. One of the things with unemployment, especially here where I'm at, is you have to show that you've been actively looking for jobs, that you've actively applied for jobs. And so I've been on unemployment before. It's been some years, but it was actually encouraged by the person that I was working for, or the company. I was working for a small contracting company. It was actually encouraged by them for me to apply for unemployment. But especially since it's the end of the year. Now, there's a lot of hiring going on for seasonal positions. And if I need to, I'll do them. I usually utilize an app called Upshift. Like, for instance, last night I went and did a shift at a restaurant. And this restaurant actually, it was pretty cool because the allowed for restaurant allowed for me to gain some experience in line cooking. I was supposed to be a prep cook, actually. And then I was supposed to be a prep cook for a banquet because that's what I do when, stuff like this happens. I'm actually a prep cook for a banquet. But they didn't have any of those positions open. I don't know if the banquet stopped working with them or they found it full-time, but usually companies utilize Upshift until they find someone permanent in the meantime. So, in that scenario, ended up being a situation where I was actually taking orders online, which I've never done before. Kind of learning on the fly, learning to make the meal, and then going from there. Which, like I said, I've never done that before. It's not that I had a fear of working in restaurants. I just never worked with people's food because I'm very finicky about that. FYI, I'm not sick, but there were a lot of people at the job who were sick and who were not wearing masks, by the way, which is why I may not go back. Not just because people can be sick anywhere, not just because of them being sick, but, it was just a lot of stuff I was seeing, like sucking lollipops or Tootsie Pops while you handling open food and stuff. Like, this is like one of the cooks, I guess sous chefs you could say, was doing that. And I was like, bruh, like when you sucking on that Tootsie Pop while you opening food, your spit is going into there. Touching food with no gloves on. I was just like, this is nasty. And so shit like that is why I don't work behind the scenes and why I don't work in restaurants, because I will really get grossed out by how unhygienic people are. I mean, his fingernails was dirty and he just touching all on food. Like he had been rolling a blunt or something. And then went and touching other people's food. Like, it's like, bro, come on now. And I don't know if you're gonna discriminate. I know some people do have certain color nails due to health issues, but that wasn't no health issue. This dude just had dirty fingernails. And probably smoking a lot too. So, that's not an assumption. I'm just saying. But, like I said, the restaurant industry is not for the faint of heart, especially when you're a line cook and you got active orders coming in that you got to fix in a timely manner. I just didn't want to be the person who go too slow. I just found a really cool spider hole. I'm going to put my tripod down. there. She's not in there. There's a spider hole, but she's not in there. I like to capture spiders. Ooh, she got another one right here. She might be in this one. Because I worked on my knees. I stood for like 9 hours yesterday. I do not have the knee strength to keep staying squatted down. Nor do I have any padding on my knees, so that's going to pass. But me not working will give me the opportunity to do more of what I want to do in terms of my creativity, being able to paint more. I did pray and ask for God to open new doors, especially with my job situation. So I believe that this is a step in the right direction, and part of the process is me letting go of what I do have so that He can help me make room for the new. And this is in all aspects. In life, with friends, people who I surround myself with, certain conversations that I allow to go on that probably shouldn't go on. All of this is part of that process. It's like a cleansing and detox process. So I feel like God has put me in a place to actually grow the way that I need to grow. And in order to do that, we got to get rid of some things. I still struggle in a lot of areas. And that's fine, but it's being honest with yourself and turning it over to Him. That's what matters. And so I'm in the process of doing that and getting that done. My arm is hurting by holding both of these. With all my camera, and my camera is pretty heavy. It's not heavy, but it's just big after a while of carrying it. Yeah. So, in the process of me doing what I got to do, I'm just making room for the new. I, on the side, sell earrings. I sell earrings, handmade jewelry, basically, clay jewelry, and resin jewelry, specifically. I sell that, and in doing that, I'm learning a lot about, patience and dealing with customers and shipping and fulfilling orders, something I've never done. I fulfilled my first order probably 2 weeks ago. So hopefully, there's room for my, jewelry business to really take off. Especially since everything is handmade. It can be challenging sometimes because I know there's so many ways I can go about making money. There's so many ways that I can go about getting stuff done quicker. And it's just really managing that workflow and making sure that workflow is correct. Is my primary focus right now, as well as, the job situation. But I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, once my bills are paid, I'm good, and I'm stress-free for the whole month. And I've already paid my bills for all the next month, so I have plenty of time to job search or do whatever, or fall into whatever career that I want to fall into. But now is the time to do that. I mean, with me being 27, now is the perfect time for me to do this. Contrary to a lot of people, I know there's going to be a lot of stress from my family, like, oh, have you found something yet? Have you found something yet? And I don't think it's really necessary. I feel like it's unnecessary stress. As long as your bills are paid, I say do what you want, honestly. And that's where I'm at in life. I'm not stressing about a career or IT or, just being underappreciated. I'm still in the process of finding my purpose, especially with me being as young as I am. And so, in finding my purpose, like I said, there's going to have to be a lot of stuff that I let go of. And I'm not ashamed to say, I have no problem at this point letting go, because it's like, If you don't let go, you're not gonna grow. In order for a leaf to really start to like shed, like truly grow new blooms and new flowers, they have to drop. There has to be a cleansing season, which is fall. That's what fall is. It's a cleansing season for plants. I know it's because I'm very into um, nature and how things work and how things grow. The whole photosynthesis and all that crap. So, or the biology of nature is something that I've always been interested in. Nature as a whole. And so just being able to get to a place where I can truly do what I'm passionate about, which it would be something that's dealing with nature. Coming up, I always wanted to be a marine biologist. And now I have some time to really focus on what I want to do, whether or not I want to go back to school for something different or, what quote unquote career path I want to follow. And so that's just where I'm at right now. I don't really, relationship wise, I'm talking to someone, he's pretty cool, but it's nothing too serious, just getting to know different people, networking, not be so shy when it comes to talking to strangers because you never know who knows somebody. And so it's really super hot with this sweatshirt on and I might take it off. But, and this is thin. It's a thin sweatshirt too. But it's really super hot with it on because it's black. It's absorbing all the heat. But yeah, just getting to that place where I really truly understand and realize that I've been put on this earth for a bigger purpose than to just work a 9 to 5 and die. Ooh, that's a good shot. I usually go on these nature walks, which I haven't done in a while, actually. Like in a couple months, I'm gonna be honest, I've gained a lot of weight because I haven't been walking the way that I should. And, just getting caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. Getting caught up in that hustle and bustle can take a toll on you. And I would really like to help other people, especially the youth, to help them to realize they don't have to stay where they at or they don't have to conform to what's around them and fall into all these pitfalls. We see a lot of people dying. I mean, prime example, Takeoff from Migos just died over a dice game. He's 28, 1 year older than me. It just died over a dice game, y'all. A dice game. Out in Houston, Texas, playing a dice game, and then got shot and killed. It's just, some situations, some scenarios, and, condolences to his family, but some scenarios we got to think twice about, especially when you are a celebrity or even if Houston is home for you, which I'm not sure if it is for him or not because I don't really be into representing lifestyles, but even if Houston is home for you, some environments are not indicative to our growth. And I think once we start realizing that a lot of this stuff is not conducive to us growing, the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can really learn to let go of stuff, y'all. And really learn to move on with our lives and really focus on what should be for us. And that's just really where I'm at right now. I don't have time to be stressing or becoming easily stressed out. My job was very stressful. And just stress in general, we know is not good for the body. But, that may have been part of why I got sick too. Just the level of stress that I've had going on outside of the whole, getting sick and everything from whomever, because I don't know who I got this from. But because it had to be really severe on my system in order for it to hit me like this. Once it gets so severe that it hit my throat or I can't talk right, then it's really hitting my system. Um, I should have brought a bottle of water, but I might walk into the store and get some. But really getting to a point in a place where I'm not defined by what I do, and what I do as a profession doesn't define me as a person. And that's just where I'm at in life. I don't have time to be stressing over a career path and all this extra crap. That really is just very superficial and not real. I mean, it's some people's reality. And if they choose to live in that rat race, that's on them. But that ain't my problem. What they do with their life ain't got shit to do with me. And at the end of the day, we all make decisions. Those decisions have consequences. And then, a choice is a choice. So if you choose to work in corporate America and be a corporate slave to the system, then hey, enjoy. I understand people gotta make their money. Sorry, I lost signal. But yeah, like I said, this corporate America stuff is a choice, and the choices we make depend on what impact we're gonna have on ourselves and others based off of the choices we make. And so I really don't be worried or or stressing anymore because I'm past that point in my life. It's poison ivy. The constant need to be noticed or to be liked by people is unnecessary. And I'm just glad that I'm in a place now where I don't have to worry about that. There's a big spider in this over there. Hoping to find some spiders, some big ones with a web. I found one. There's one right here. See the bee. Pretty cool. Awesome. So this is gonna be our subject for today. Dope shot, dope shot. It's pretty dope. Look at that. I hope y'all can see that. I know my screen is kind of dim. But yeah, pretty dope shot. Birds. Gotta be quiet, 'cause the birds. Oh, I found a lizard. I found a lizard. Thanks, buddy. Got a cool shot with him. The lizard has green eyes, or a green circle around his eyes, so that means usually around next season he'll probably turn green. He's a baby though. They're way bigger than that, believe me. Another spider web, but it's no spider on it. Something just jumped. Oh no, I found, oh, my favorite. I found the thingy, the garden orb. I found the garden orb. I haven't seen these in years. She's pretty good. I'm a hard for me to get her from music. Look like she has a feeding web down there. So if she don't catch anything on this upper one, she goes down to this one. And she's very small. There might be a male. There might be a male garden orb because the females get like 6 or 7 times that size. Females get about this big, including like length. He's like this small. Females get about this big. I've seen them before. Huge. Body was this big. Kid you not, body was that big. They get huge. This is pretty interesting. A snail. Try to get down and capture it. You. It's hard to get it out. I'm trying. I'm not trying to smush her, but I am trying to get this leaf to lay down. Now we wait for her to come out. Oh, she had a little baby. I think that's a baby, I don't know. We'll wait for her to come out. We'll walk back by her later. She knows that man said she's not gonna come back out.